No matter the pound of pressure, I don't panic. Bullet on my left, God on my right, I find balance. Thank God I'm here, I was born to be below average. Born to be a no savage, now I create these classics. I wasn't tall enough to dunk baskets. Now it's more informants than fiends, that's real trapping.
So, with that being said, Doc for President 2, that had a completely different feel to it.
That project originally dropped in 2015.
Okay.
And I just like, I've been monetizing a lot of my music, a lot of my original music. I've been just monetizing it, putting it on everywhere so I can start getting paid for it, right? So D4P was it was crazy. It was around like the time where like Obama was in office and stuff. So, you know, just feeling real inspired, you know, kind of corny, but kind of cliche, but still like, you know, just wanted to make some noise. And a lot of the production and a lot of the beats I was getting was very, you know, very victorious, kind of like very like triumphant. Very, you know what I'm saying?
The time, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of beats and a lot of production I had at the time was that. So I just feeling really inspired. And I actually did some work with, you know, my boys Balta and Efren with RKFD, and it was such a coincidence that I was working on this project, and because that's two. The original one came out in 2015. My bad. And like I said, they were doing a capsule for a new line that they had, and they just so happened to have like the flag on the cover of the album, like with the flag dripping down with like the 3 and the 4 for like most dangerous city Rockford, most, you know, violence Rockford, you know, on the shirts. It just worked out, and it was like, yo, God for President, the flag, whatever, black flag, I love it. Let's go with it. And it was perfect timing because I dropped it around that time. Man, sold out like Las Palmas and all these other locations and stuff, like doing back when, you know, I just had a nice little buzz, and then like I said, you got kids and stuff, so you got to take away, sacrifice.
For sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of kids, Took My Heart.
Uh-huh.
That record really, really stood out.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit about that and like how it relates to like your position as a father?
No, just playing off production, and I just thought of my kids right away.
Okay.
And so the first verse is about my daughter Olivia, and then the second verse about my son, my only son Landon. He's 4, Livy's 7 now. So just, you know, just trying to really just provide that content, you know what I mean? Give people something to listen to, like provoke feelings, emotion, like make people feel something when they listen to you. You know what I'm saying? Not just really kind of throw you in a daze. You know, I like everything, I listen to everything, but for me, a representation of myself and the type of cloth that I'm cut from, I would like to, you know, present, you know, what type of music I listen to. You know what I'm saying? Complete projects, you know what I'm saying? Like people who give you everything, you know what I'm saying? On every record, like whatever you talk about women, talk about homeboys, talk about food, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what I try to do, is just give people music that they can feel.
Absolutely. I definitely, there was just a personalized touch on this album, and I just saw that in a lot of different records.
Yeah.
Another one that stood out was Doc for President.
Yeah, the intro.
That having the
Denzel,
speech in that, in the beginning and the end.
I wish I could have just did that, but I played it because I originally just had him. I was just gonna do that for the hook. I mean, I was gonna do the whole speech just for the intro. I wasn't even gonna rap on it. And then like everybody's like, no, bro, you gotta rap. Like you gotta rap on your intro. Like rap on it. And I'm like, all right. So I just wrote up that verse. But that was my biggest thing because my boss at the time, she shared it to me on Facebook. Man, I woke up one morning to it. She sent it to me on Facebook, man, and it brought tears to my eyes because people got to hear that stuff. People don't hear those words because I feel like also like in urban culture, like to big up the other person, so that's like, you know what I'm saying, that's underrated, like, you know what I'm saying, to really just like show people like just legit love, like, you know what I'm saying, like we too cool nowadays, so you know, it's like, you know, we lack that. So like when it comes to little black boys and little black girls who grow up and get lost in the world because they didn't hear that, people need to hear that stuff. Yeah. So when my kids get older and they go back and listen to it, they like, okay, Dad was on some stuff. Like, okay, Dad wasn't just out here, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with Zell, like I said, that brought tears to my eyes because it's like, you gotta have people tell you that stuff. Like if you don't got people telling that stuff, you ain't gonna believe in yourself. Especially in people who you believe in and that you look up to and you respect, you gotta hear that stuff from the people. Because if you don't, you know, after a while you start second guessing yourself, like, and then you become less confident in life and what you want to do. So, and I learned that within myself, just being real, like just really like looking in the mirror and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it really set the tone for the album, I think, and then like the songs that follow just kind of took you on a journey. Is what I got from it.
That's the plan. Like that's whenever I make music, I make it from a consumer's perspective, but how I want it to hear, not how I, you know, at me what I like to listen to. Like I haven't even tapped into, you know, what I'm going to do with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? When you got other artists like Kendrick and those guys who like really who are pushing the envelope with the type of music that they making, like, and doing different things and experimenting, that provides, you know, that like fuels guys like me, like, oh shoot, like, so it's cool for me to like that type of stuff, or it's cool for me to, you know what I'm saying, okay, so that's all right, cool, you know what I'm saying, all right, so this is what I'm going to do. And then you learn the business and you learn about so many things. You're like, okay, no, it's not that's what I want to do. That's what I need to be doing. It's a bag over there I need to go get. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
It's definitely important to stay true to yourself in an industry where everybody is the same. So I can really appreciate an artist like Kendrick.
Yeah.
It helps you know that it's okay to be different.
Yeah, so,
you don't have to fit into standards and to the norm. So
because I didn't grow up in this era, you know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, like, I ain't grow up in this era, so I'm not gonna try to be it.
Right.
But I can. It's like, you know, be like that one old dude that come to the Y and hoop, and he can really hoop though. Like, okay, he cool, but he cool. Like, he don't be extra. Like, he ain't like an OG, like annoying. He like real cool. He be in the cut, he do his thing, but he be hooping. Like, you know, he always want to. That's the type of cat I like. That's the type of aura I like to have. Like, yo, not cool. Like, he ain't nothing to mess with, but he cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. So, what is your relationship to 10th Power?
10th Power, for me, Fluff is one of my childhood friends.
Okay.
And, you know, I remember, man, some years back, man, I want to say I was in college still, man, and he called me randomly. Like, we went to middle school together, and we always stayed tight. We went to Eisenhower together, and we always stayed tight throughout all those years. And then after that, he moved to Atlanta. So we kind of like lost touch. But, you know what I'm saying, once, thank God for social media, you know what I'm saying, like MySpace and stuff like that, you find people again. Definitely. And we just kept in contact. And I remember he called me, he was like, bro, I'm working on something, I want you to be a part of it. I'm just letting you know right now, calling you when they all go in effect. So originally, he had another, you know what I'm saying, project that he was working on with some other folks. And, you know what I'm saying, we went on that journey. It kind of went his way. And, you know what I'm saying, Fluff went his way and I went with Fluff, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, he was coming up with names and whatnot. And, you know, 10th Power, he came with that. Loved the concept, loved the design. And we just ran with it. That's
dope. Like, you don't, it's hard to maintain friendships like that.
Yeah.
And like going back to middle school, like that's definitely surviving the test of time.
What it is more so with my friends, it's all we like brothers.
Okay.
And we fight like brothers. We love each other like brothers. We kill somebody like brothers. We die for each other like brothers. So I think that it's deeper than just friendship. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that.
Most
so
definitely.
It's deeper than what's on the surface. It's what you're willing to sacrifice for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, oh, that's my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely, most definitely. So you have a brand. Tell us a little bit about your brand.
Midwest Winners, baby, 1989. That's my brand.
Okay.
We got merch and all that stuff coming soon. It's also like the name of my publishing company. And so on and so forth. Like, if you look at the credits under Boss Vibes, it's 10 Power and Midwest Winners. So that's my brand, and like I said, you know, I'm planning to do a lot of stuff with it, man. Like, I got so many ideas, you know, and I feel as though like I'm one of those guys who know what needs to be done, but just been in so many different situations where I haven't been able to really execute. So, and now that, you know, things are kind of rolling around, the blessings is coming in, the good karma's coming in now, so it's like, it's time to do it. And I feel it's just like, man, it's so, independence is so gangster, man. It's so great to just do stuff yourself. You know, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of my biggest inspirations, Currency, he was talking about, I was watching someone on Netflix, they had him on there. And he was talking about, man, you know, the independent grind is dope. It's just you got to work twice as hard than people who have deals or people who have that help. You know, you just got to work twice as hard. You got to be ready for that. And I'm at a point where my kids getting to a certain age. You know what I'm saying? They sleep through the night now. They potty train. Yeah. You know, they know how to use the microwave. You know, where I can, you know, drop them off with grandma. And, you know, if I got to hit the road or whatever the case may be, I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And another thing, like, I feel like a lot of people, once they speak on their plan, there's, like, people put pressure on them. They try to rush certain things. But it's like, trust your process. Everybody has their own journey.
And I think, like, a lot of people say it because they know the word trust and process and what they may mean together. But really trusting the process is really understanding your circumstances, understanding what you got going on, the cards you was dealt, and capitalizing off of that. You know, not necessarily living by society's pressures and whatnot, but you really, and being humble enough to say, you know what, I'm going to still do what I'm going to do, regardless of whatever cards I was dealt. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to handle my business. So it's like trusting your process is like, hey, listen, you were dealt these cards, but it's okay. As long as you trust yourself within your process and what you got going on, you're going to come out on top. But you can't, like you said, you can't rush yourself. You got to move on your own pace, move on your own time. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm really, and like I would say in the last couple of years, I've been being more consistent with dropping music. So I feel as though that keeps, I didn't break it, I promise. I've been being more consistent, so that keeps listeners around, that invites more listeners, and that helps, you know, that's one way to promote myself and to keep myself out there and keep myself exposed as far as, you know, the music goes. So, yeah.
And going back to the process and then being inspired, I think it's very important for artist development. Like, you're not going to sound the same as you did 2 years ago or a year ago. And then you go through different things and then you speak on it. Like, so I just think that it's important to just go through the motions and like just speak on different parts of your life.
And that's what I talk about all the time in my music.
Most
that's
definitely.
Like songs like Make No Mistake and everything. I'm always, because I never want to be that guy lying in his raps. I never want to be that guy who's, you know, not doing nothing good, like, with what he doing. So with me, like, that's why I chose to go this route. Because I could have went other routes. I could have made other type of music. But someone told me, like, no, I can do this. I'm going to make it doing this. You know, if you know, cats like Currency can come to the industry and make their way with it and making it all right with weed, like, bro, like, I can do what I'm doing too. And, you know, it's just the game is becoming that. You know what I'm saying? The game is coming. You know, even Jay-Z said, he's like, it's the Wild Wild West. The internet is the Wild Wild West now. Because it's like everything is up for grabs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Just a hard for fake dogs and broads. More people plotting on you than trying to give you applause. When the programs ain't working and your pockets start hurting, no more options at your service, you end up hand-to-hand serving. Damn. I was there, my man. That spotlight is more of a distraction glare, my man. It could blind you. I had to grow a pair, my man. Getting my glow back, I call that Ric Flair, my man.